Suppose I'm eating and I'm not satisfied, and I decide to stand up to go and get something from the kitchen, and somebody asks me, where are you going to? I will tell them that I'm going to the kitchen. I'll be confident in my assessment because as I gradually work or approach the kitchen, I'll be what? Correct. The same thing is what? Applicable to what? Functions. When you what? Take limit of a function, you are describing where the function is going to. An expression y is equal to what? 3x squared minus 1 as what? X approaches what? 2. If as x approaches 2, x is what? The first value of x is what? 1.9. Please take note, as x approach what? 2. The final value of x is 1.9. So if you substitute the value of x as 1.9 into the equation, you get what? 9.83. The next one is what? When x is what? 1.99. This, when you substitute, it gives you what? 10.8803. And lastly, 1.999. When you substitute it back into the equation, it gives you what? 10.988003. So if you notice very well, you will see that as x tends to what? As x tends to what? 2, y what? Approaches what? 11. So therefore, you can simply take the limit. What I mean by that is you can take the limit and say y is equal to 3x squared minus 1 as what? Limit as what? X tends to what? 2. Limit as x tends to 2 now gives us this. 2x squared minus what? 1 equal to what? 3 squared gives us what? 4. 4 times this gives us what? 12. 12 minus 1 gives us what? 11. So we will be what? Correct. But as I earlier said, our main aim is not what? The value when it is what? 2. Our main aim is what? The value of what? Y as x what? Approaches what? 2. Not when it gets to 2 as x approaches what? 2. That's why we always use limit as x tends to what? Remember the analogy I used about me trying to get food in the kitchen. Now, on getting to the kitchen, I find out that in one instance, the food is not there. My brother has what? Eaten it. In another instance, the food is there and I'm able to what? Take more from what? The pot. In both of these scenarios, the action or the steps I took towards reaching what? The kitchen is what? The same. The same thing is what? Applicable to what? Functions. Functions talks about what it is approaching, not what it actually what? Reaching. Now let's look at this function. Y is equal to what? X squared minus 4 over x minus 2. If we were as what? X approaches what? 2. Now we need to what? I took the liberty of what? Assigning values for x as it approaches to 1.9, 1.99, 1.999. So if you substitute the value here into this equation, it gives you what? For 1.9, it gives you what? 3.9. For 1.99, it gives you what? 3.99. The same thing is applicable for what? 1.999, it gives you what? 3.999. If you are very observant, as x approaches 2, the value of y is what? 4. What if we plug in the value of what? X as what? 2, which becomes y is equal to limit as what? X squared minus 4 all over what? X minus 2 as what? X approaches what? 2. This will give us what? Y is equal to what? 2 squared minus what? 4 all over what? 2 minus 2, which gives you 0 over 0, which is not actually what? 4. Now, when taking the limit of a function, we are only looking at the behavior of the function on getting to that point, not what it actually what reaches. So in spite of the fact that when you plug in the value of x as what? 2, it gives you what? 0. The limit still remains what? 4. Subsequently, we are going to look at what? More examples on what? Limits.